Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new series here with the Propagandacast and the host Imperial Dane. We are covering Total War Age of Charlemagne, a DLC for the Total War sort of game. A new campaign set in the early medieval period with 8 factions. Of course, I'll go more into detail of that when my review, which comes later. Basically, right here today, we are playing as the Danes, one of the 8 playable factions. There's also a bit of war weariness information, which basically boils down to, and I'll just forget now, it's sensible new mechanics, that if you begin losing battles, you will have penalties imposed upon you, which initially sort of involves public order, morale, and later on loyalty and such will also be affected, meaning as you keep losing battles, you'll be more harshly affected, and the only way to avoid it is basically seeking peace. Victories can't turn it about there. So ultimately, if a war really goes badly for you, you will have to somehow seek peace. At the same time, it also affects the AI, so if it really goes bad for that one, it's also going to be more inclined to sort of seek peace with you. But there we go, we got Denmark here, only Jutland, those sort of really available. Funen, Sealand, Lolland Fazza, and of course my little own home island. Sadly, nothing there but trees. I think roughly there's where my village lies, where it came from. Otherwise you got Hedeby, Ribe and Aarhus. I'm basically using the Danish names as they're supposed to be pronounced in Danish for them, by the way. Ribe, Hedeby and Aarhus, I suppose you could call them in sort of Englishing there. Hedeby, by the way, being a town that is no longer existent, it got burned down to the ground first by the Norwegians, and then some Eastern Slavish forces basically indicating perhaps people shouldn't be living there anymore, and they basically sort of shut it down. But it was until then actually a pretty large trading town in the north, which sort of connected sort of large pier, but also with sort of the Baltics and the likes. I think there was even sort of connections all the way down to the Byzantine Empire, I believe, through it. So it was a rather actually large trading town with actually a connection to the sea, though that is not reflected here, I'm afraid. But it was basically sort of a large trade town, very important one actually. And here it's not quite as important as, say, Aarhus or Ribe, but you know, little details there. It's based on my southern border. In terms of the map, it basically sort of covers here from England, Spain to, well, Moravia and Pannonia, bits of Croatia and Italy, and basically all of Greece, large chunks of Eastern Europe, well, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, all of that not playable. It's a little detail there. Got a bunch of allies. We've also got research here. We got some new sort of nice stained glass looks here, with a lot of new tech. Also, surprisingly, a lot less upgrades and sorts of units here and there. They're also a bit more different depending on who you are. We'll go first for the Warlord's Power for some reforms for public order, which is always quite handy. In terms of diplomacy, there's also some notable changes there. For example, we can see here that when we hold over, we actually get more an explanation to what the traits do. For example, right here, defensive, he says like to engage in war. Bully, for example, is a new one. He's basically going to be a lot more nasty about being, well, who he is, and he's going to basically try and get as much money out as he can. So we again knows Charlemagne here, for example, is going to be a bit of a bastard. Nord Albingia, defensive, greedy, but also nurturing by nature, which basically means, you know, if you sort of do things together, he'll be a lot more friendly with you. And greedy just means, you know, you give him gifts, well, he's going to like them a lot more.
There's a good pork roasting for you.
Not so interesting trading with me. Westphalia, our ally, is defensive. And we got Orbold right here, which is defensive, greedy, and parochial. I can't trade with them, though. Can't trade with them. So that's sort of basically sort of the initial realm of Denmark here, sort of the extent. I got access to longhauls, dockyards, meat hall where trained troops. I got some fist fighters, food markets, market streets, got some market village. Of course, that's also one of the bigger changes. Your base sort of have different types now of towns. You can sort of have small cities, long hauls, so for the smaller towns, again, it's market villages or it's manors. One sort of focuses on agriculture sort of bonus, the other one is sort of more trade bonuses, well, overall just commerce. So those are some slight differences actually between the two there, and again, that's sort of a bit more flavour in that sense. Got a navy here, the curse from the eastern shore. Booga booga booga. And of course, got here the sons of Lodbrok, the Siegfried. Got some levy freemen, I got some sword herdmen, axe freemen and archers. And up here we got ourselves Gudfred. In Danish that would be Gudfred. We got Hemming, Ragnar, Knut, Olaf, and Halfdan. And our Ragnar here is an administrator. That's great in the navy. Hemming is a strategist. Doesn't quite matter as much. And our general here in Jutland is a leader. That's actually quite helpful. As for anyone to manage this, probably not much him really, but since there's not really much industrial there in Denmark, that's probably going to be mostly commerce. Got 2 strategists. I mean, in a sense it'd probably be better at him. The tax rate, I could try and shift him. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Would make a lot more sense, if you will. Instead we pop in someone a bit more useful.
Your orders?
So there we go, slightly different fellow, but should work out quite nicely. Also noting, troops have been overhauled basically, so now all troops have, for example, 100 health. Cavalry has 150, and there's also some bits here sort of stats wise. Also, a lot of the levy troops that is lower is a lot cheaper than the cheaper stuff in Attila, for example, so that also makes for some differences there as well. And of course more elite troops do have now stand out that more as well as elite because, well, they're a lot more expensive, so you generally want to get a mix of those two. You got some big axes here, but I think we'll first get some more levy spearmen and we'll throw in some levy archers. Meanwhile we'll take our little navy here and head to England to raid. Because, you know, there's nothing else really sort of hit here except those guys, and, you know, don't want to... I think it wisest not to tick off my neighbours right away, whereas the English are going to be a lot more fun to, well, tick off. I can of course also consider throwing in more armies, since, well, I can actually afford more armies now, again as long as sort of keep things, you know, reasonable in the mercantile fashion. But I think I'll sort of hit initially with some raids, some sacking there before sort of introducing more forces. I can of course consider upgrading here, that's actually quite a bit, so maybe just another force here, almost at my maximum anyways. I guess it's another strategist we're going to go with here. Of course I'll have to wait until my king is off anyways before we can hire troops. Also provincial governors, there we go. Olaf, usually in there, and we should give you the option there for growth. So there we go, that rather covers the initial bits here. The first opening turn, I'll plan to raid England, to gain gold, and secure future base for fighting against Charlemagne, since I'm sure he's going to be trouble down the road. Maybe also some of the Eastern European friends over there, they'll probably also be trouble. And for those wondering why do we have this flag and not the actual Danish flag, that only came about later after some crusading over in the Baltics, specifically Lithuania. At least in popular story, it fell down from the heavens there, doing fighting with the Lithuanians, though the reality of course is something a bit different, but there you go. Slight fun fact there as well. So, let us end the first turn. Let us end the first turn. Pass onwards into the darkness. A lot of factions there, as you can see. A lot of factions. And there we go, sort of a new thing here, sort of have some larger quests. For example here, become the kingdom of the Vikings, which basically means you get sort of a bunch of bonuses, morale, loyalty. In this case it's just to reach Imperial level 5, which is a new thing as well, rather than a lot of sort of more tricky objectives, which in many cases, for example, actually have problems, because, well, a lot of things would just bug up buildings and such, so I probably imagine they sort of just went for this since it's a lot more easy to achieve. We also have a small term quest here, and of course we got some sort of more intermediate quest, for example, get some settlement, including this one, which is over in England, Bamberg. We got to get some stuff there, Clinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. I mean, they really love their puns more than anything. Got some there, a Thor subject, Sacred Grove, religion, get some money, and a King's Court. That's basically how those things go. Meanwhile, training up further force there, of course, thanks to my... No, wait, didn't do that. Still. Let us hire some more troops. That should help a bit there as well. He's just going to sort of hang about for the time being. while we head towards England. Bamberg is up there. I think we'll go for a slightly easier target initially.
Hard on the oars.
Like, say, London.
Is there nothing else?
London looks suitably weak. I mean, that's tragic. So tragic that it'll be set upon by the mighty Danish coastal raiders once the turn ends. And there we go, there's sort of these quest lines and sort of events, in this case Restless Warriors, which pretty much forces me, unless I really want to deal with a lot of penalties, to raid in England. I'm just going to wait here a bit. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to, well, raid. Which probably won't earn me any friends there with the English, but, you know, it's a bit of extra cash. I will wait, and might as well throw in some big axes while we are at it. And another bunch of levy freemen. Oh yeah, I need to get the assassin over there. I need to sort of support my quest in that area. I could upgrade this, but that's just more food, which at the moment I'm a bit short on. Want to play things carefully. I could upgrade here. Sure, why not? So there we go. Again, another turn passes. Another season. Let's be prepared. And there we go. Sack 5 settlements in England. Also, for those wondering what are the bonuses, basically get income bonuses from sacking, looting and raiding. And I get sort of immune to seasickness, immune to high seas attrition, and apparently also winter sort of terrain, it seems, somehow. At least some of my units do, which is a bit interesting. Be training up some extra troops here just to help hold, in case those silly Englishmen try anything.
All hands to the oars.
And we declare war here against Arthur, King of the Britons.
Woe it shall be.
And their allies have refused to join in with them. That's unfortunate, for them anyways. Well then, I do believe we have our first battle on hand. Let's get to it. Ready to raid, ready to strike fear into the hearts of the Englishmen with the curtain shores. Against the silly garrison fleet, none shall fear the Danes. I hope. So there you go. Nice big fat navy. Got Warlord's companions here. All nice loaded up in my dragon ship. Got a bunch of Viking raiders also ready to get in and get nasty. I obviously want to sort of get into the thick of it, so kinda want to hit around here, yes.
Ships awaiting your word. Crewed by the enemy outnumbers us.
Yes, yes, they may outnumber us.
To claim our rightful place in our
That doesn't matter.
May the ancestors fight with us today, for we carry with us their honor and
You move up there. You just begin pelting them. Before the rest of the navy then sort of lands. Can I land, by the way? I've got options here and here. Not a lot there, so kinda want to land over there, I guess.
ships and oars ready.
Alright. But that way I mostly also avoid a larger segment of the watchtowers if I have to sort of strike in.
The enemy has been sighted.
I could try and hunt down their general there, but I don't think it's going to blow up. Instead, just hit here from the sea. Plus, of course, as long as I keep them here, I can just keep replenishing their ammunition, which means I can really be an absolute pest here to the men of Mercia. Very enthusiastic there. Yeah, come on, you damn Danes. Show us what you got. Alright, not like that, not like that. Ow, ow. How rude. It's not cricket. Would have been nice if maybe had gotten the general, but go, bit more shooting. Go, there we go. Englishmen dropping dead left and right. And by the looks of it, they're actually reacting here to the landing of my army. Usually form the second line here. Getting some kills there. Might as well reload here while I can. There's the archers, spearmen moving in. They're certainly making it easy for me. Not that I'm complaining.
Ammunition stocks restored! Ready at the table! Here they are! Our battle pists! God's one blood!
My brave raiders, ready to face any threat for the glory of the Danish kingdom. Actually, I'll keep you up here. I'll move you up as well to prepare flank. You just keep pelting the royal companions there with as many not too royal arrows there in their royal behinds. The more of them we can take out, the better. You pull back. The feared spearmen already getting cut apart here by my mighty raiders. Their axes, there we go, breaking their spirits. Like an axe breaking someone's skull.
The enemy has found our concealed units!
Right, strike the royal companions in the rear.
Keep firing! Ammunition replenished!
Oh, I got some smashers too. That sounds, well, smashing. Even bigger axes.
Rallied and returned to the battle!
There you go, the royal companions getting absolutely cut to bits there.
A general has fallen!
There you go, dead before the might of Denmark. Not looking too good there, eh?
We hunger for blood and battle! Ready! God protect us! Viking radar!
A few feared spearmen, third or whatever they're supposed to be pronounced like, are pulling away. Well, a few of the royal companions, they're sort of they stood there actually before they got cut down. Basically leaving only the archers here and their admiral somewhere out there.
Ammunition stocks restored!
A nice coastal raid here. So far anyways. Archers are also performing a lot better here than they were at Till, I feel. They're shooting straight into their own men. That is not too bad for us, I guess. There. Oh well, they're more than willing to suffer their losses for the cause of Denmark. Yeah, they don't have a chance there either. They're just getting slaughtered as Danish raiders just pass right past them. In some cases, right through them. Which is what's happened most of the time. I need to reload there. They're not looking too good.
Ships awaiting your word.
They are not looking too good at all. As Hemming's men push through. The town's garrison has already pretty much been slaughtered on the snowy plains of London.
The ship has replenished its ammunition.
I just need to catch these bastards, which is a bit where the Danes probably have some issues since they have absolutely zero cavalry. They have to rely on mercenaries for that, actually. Fun fact there about the state of the Danes in game. They have plenty of cavalry, they have the most extensive naval tree as well, but they have absolutely zero cavalry. Guess we'll use these out, break their morale, so I don't have to keep running for them while I still have a chance of actually knocking them out that way. There we go. Ah, get away. Land over there. Oh, there you go. Last of their generals. Might as well just speed this up a bit. I mean, the battle's largely over. You just need to sort of finish off the raiders.
Running for their lives.
What men are running? Ah. There we go. The fear boatman. Yeah, that's not going to end up well, I fear, my friends. It's not going to end up well.
The tower has fallen. Good news.
Good news.
Ships
They're just getting absolutely butchered. Butchered, I say. Look at that. Falling like flies. A third, I suppose. Smashers smashing into the side, cutting heads, limbs apart in a matter of moments. The Fiat boatmen, hoping to save the day, ultimately fell apart in a sea of violence. A sea of which the Vikings were expert navigators. There we go, decisive victory, crushed, annihilated. Bet you weren't expecting a glorious victory for the Danish. Sure Arthur didn't either. There you go. And then last in 69, they lost everything. Every single man.
Your orders?
There we go. Got yourself an Aventail, morale for the unit, and we got ourselves a strategist. We also have access for a stable master, turncoat, and a sea expert. None of them really is going to help here because, well, I'll really affect that step. We'll head over here, since one of the bigger issues is going to be, well, integrity. There's an ability here that basically sort of helps a bit with that. So that wouldn't be too bad.
Row! Gods curse ya!
Gonna raid a bit here for some extra money.
Ready
That's
for
already moved. That has already moved as well.
thirsty for battle.
And that's just hiring. So let us end the turn after this glorious raid against the kingdom of Mercia. The defender slain. Research they're done. A bit of public order. Let's also do some replenishment. Continuing the raiding here.
Orders?
Yeah, got quite a bit of upkeep there, and for some reason it takes ages, absolute ages to get anywhere compared to the Navy with the same sea units. Also,
For the tribe!
just for the land unit and sea. I mean, it takes almost a year to pass from Denmark to England, which does strike me as a bit peculiar. That such a short inferior distance does turn out taking us along there.
Fleet!
You gotta wonder
ready.
about someone's navigational skills. Put it mildly. Put it mildly. Probably pull them back there for a bit to get them all patched up. And meanwhile, I'll turn London afterwards into a base there, but can't hold it with just a navy, I think. So moving in my army for that purpose.
To the oars!
And I can actually do something here, so let's do that and let us pop in some fields for some extra food. Here there in Hedeby. Or Hedeby. Should also give me a bit of extra cash, which is sort of what I'm short on at the moment. But I'm sure Arthur of the Britons is a bit unhappy about me stealing away one of his allies.
Love and glory.
Oh, there we go. Ah, wrong navy, wrong people on a ship.
Is it big
Come on, move it. There we go, there we go. You head
for
up
the
there.
tribe?
Sadly, I don't have a lot I can trade with. I mean, again, there's Nord Albingia, but
We will talk.
they're about as eager to trade as Charlemagne, who's not my friend. Which does bring a bit to question here how much of a use these guys are. I mean, in theory, I could, try and attack them. Problem is, they're friends with a bunch of others, and I'd just drag myself into a bigger war. So that wouldn't be too useful there. And certainly Denmark's got bigger things to do, like, killing Christians rather than other of the Norse faith. There you go, a bit of upgrading going on there, preparing for the second plan of the invasion, or second phase of the invasion of England. We got here the Dutch of Frisia, by the way, now, in Utrecht. Bit of raiding there from Westphalia, I imagine, had a bit of hand in that. Our friends there. The Westphalians. We got Canterbury there. Obviously not too happy with Arthur. Oh, Olaf, our friend there. Oh, bloody hell, I popped in the same guy I was hoping to avoid there. Typical. It doesn't matter. Guess, anyways, a bit more of that. Next turn already. Not a lot happening here after the initial raid there to establish a bit of extra cash funds, if you will. There you go, fields ready. You are ready there as well. That should also help with integrity. Yep. Nope, not at all. So in there, you head down there, doing reconnaissance ahead of the main force. And also dealing with anyone that might be a bit of a problem down the road. Come on, man, trade.
Sit,
I'm
friend.
gonna get you
and let us
greedy,
talk.
but you
And let
don't
us
have to be
good
that
wine until
greedy.
we can talk no more.
How much does he want? Oh, you got to be kidding me. I can't afford that. I'm not made of money. Not yet. Can't we cut a deal here? You know, I raid a bit of England, give you some of it, then we take it from there? No? Typical bloody... what is it? Nordalbingians. All like that. Greedy lot. And if you ever see a Nordalbingian walking down the street, don't trust them. Don't trust them. It'll be the wisest thing you ever do. I'm not getting a lot of food from this, and not really a lot of money either, but it's basically one of the few options I have just for extra food there, which could prove vital once I take London, since I won't have any other supplies right away there. Alright. That wasn't particularly wise there. I'm not gonna do that, I'm just gonna auto-resolve that. That seemed a bit suicidal, really.
We must rest a while.
We must rest a while. Why did you say that, Eric? I don't know. Just felt like it. Again, our mighty King Siegfried. Wow! 13 attack for me. That's amazing. Just, I'm playing as the Danes. I don't have that.
Hands to the oars. You have my sword. Fleet,
So just don't have that. I'm gonna grab that, since basically more expensive for troops right off the bat is always helpful. Hopefully next turn I can strike at London and set up a base there for further raiding of England. And I'm just gonna decimate that force, I think. Just bring some order into it. Just a bit of order before striking out again, hitting other coastal towns.
for the tribe. Leaving the ship. Finding shelter.
Go. Ooh, mercenary things, some extra heavy infantry just in case I get hit with something. I think would be a pretty good deal. Just checking here for any naughty Mercian armies. Lichfield there standing about. Ooh. Looks like they've been hit by the Kingdom of Powers and the Kingdom of Gwynedd. Meaning the Mercians are getting their asses whooped by the Welsh.
Ready for battle.
I'm sure a few of my Welsh viewers are quite pleased with that. Don't think I have any Mercian viewers. Could be wrong there. I could be wrong. Right here, campaign movement range would be pretty good. So would raiding income. Militia, not so much. Not so much. Let's in fact go for that. Let's go for that.
Ready for orders.
Go, that is largely ready. I think I can move that support actually here again. Soon London will be mine anyway, so they can settle up there for a bit before moving onwards.
Thirsty for battle.
Waiting a bit there before the mighty curse of the Eastern Shores moved ahead. Gaining very little money again, that's partly due to the mercenary thanes there. Didn't want to be caught with my pants down, just in case someone tries to pull a fast one on me. Would be very unpleasant. Not something I necessarily could afford.
Ready for battle.
Okay, that was a very long march right there. I'm very impressed with you sons of Lot. Brooke, you really displayed some excellent stamina there. Just, oh, those forests. Ooh. I mean, I'm sure you've been at sea for over years, I guess. You know, a few inches of ground is going to be quite the task for you. Wait, what is it, Olaf? I'm so exhausted, I haven't walked for this long in over a year. Can imagine the entire Danish army, they're just entirely fat and smells of fish, having spent a year there on ships. So not so much eventful there so far. Again, we had that raid, that glorious raid. Oh, the Gwynedd Kingdom got their faces punched in. I don't know, I don't like that. Thusly, no.
Ready for battle. Settlement for the tribe.
Right, looks like they have slightly reinforced things
None
here.
will escape. Yes.
Bring up my navy here to assist.
Gods curse ya.
There's also going to be, just going to be altars. It was going to be anyways, but if I'm going to altar with soul, I might as well stack the altars as much as possible in my favour. Go, army dead. Glory be to Denmark. Can occupy that this time around. Alrighty, let's see what we have here. Trading post. Port. It's got some money in it, but I'm not sure I need all of it. I mean, the garrison's going to be pretty helpful. I don't think I need the trading post. I rather need something to help me with religion over there, so I kind of want that gone. Here, replenishment would be good. Replenishment would be very good. Setting up a suggestion of actually getting those damn supplies. We got armor. Lovely. There we go. Extra campaign range. As soon as we hit there, that is good. And you head into town as well to further reinforce up. So there we go.
I am the wild rover.
We are now firmly entrenched in England. Somewhat.
There's more I can do.
Okay, looks like the Welsh are now having their faces punched in by the merchants who are coming back with a vengeance.
Warriors all.
To put it mildly. Whoa. Byzantine turncoat all the way up in Denmark. It's impressive. That's impressive. But I think I'll leave the
Thirsty for battle.
one there with the less recruitment cost for him. He will probably benefit from it over here in the new Danish realm, or soon to be new Danish realm anyways.
To end lives.
Lichfield I think shall be the next target. There you go, garrison quickly build up. That's a lot of axemen. That's a lot of axemen. Few bowmen. Master blacksmith. Oh right, I forgot about him. Sense. Yeah, training is always good. Training is always good. Needed, if anything. I could upgrade that one as well, but I think I shall refrain from it. Since again my funds are a bit tight here in the war to conquer England, I'd rather post a lot of it into my troops there and keeping that slight to, you know, serve as a reserve once I sort of manage to build things up a bit more.
Will your noble people let us into your land?
No! Not when you demand me it. Can't afford that. I'm not made of money again. Wessex goes to king war with Glozing, and Northumbria goes to war with Powers.
Fleet ready.
Guess we'll continue versus against Lichfield. Or not. There's their king. He's bound to be trouble.
I will feed the earth with blood.
No, good job there.
Ready for orders.
Could hire some more troops. Wait, didn't I have that one? Yeah, apparently it doesn't count for spearmen. That's unfortunate. Or that one. I guess it's bugged because that should definitely be counting there, but it isn't. Or does it count a specific type of melee unit then? Which strikes me as a bit peculiar. I could also strike against Canterbury, which should in theory be weak enough, soft enough. I'll probably want my assassin to have a look at it before I march in there and start bashing heads in. Just a small fort. So let us end the turn, let us pass time. Move on, what's there?
Shall we hack at each other until our enemies can gorge themselves on warriors' flesh? Or will it...
Sure. I'm willing to do that. That means I have one thing less to worry about. Can focus now on sort of securing Kent, which I don't think he's going to be missing, and then can deal with powers.
Should we cooperate?
I should have asked for money. Damn it! I should have asked for money. The one thing I really need right now, money. Oh, wait, that's ready to do some goodness, and there we go. Not the sacred spring, it's the sacred ground. Yes, that should help. In the meanwhile, that area is going to turn very ugly very quickly. Canterbury, eh? And powers. Also, York, apparently he's making some strides there. For the time being, anyways. Plus, I can hire priests after that is up as well. Until then, I'll probably have to deal with quite a few troublemakers. As you can see there, religion is clearly an issue. They're not so happy about being, commanded over by Odin and Thor, it seems. Can't imagine why. Utrecht there. Oh, the Westphalians actually making good progress. Oh, I can trade with them now,
My
actually.
friend, be well.
Yes! Someone actually willing to trade with me.
You honor us. There is
Still not. Bastards. I could trade with the Kingdom of Powers, but since I rather intend to skewer them soon enough, I don't think that's going to be of much help. So there we go. I do like how, again, they make things a bit more, clearer in terms of diplomacy. I mean, for example, this admire strong empires, again, clear, aggressive, greedy. I mean, again, we now sort of have a clear idea of it, and again, it sort of stands out. I mean, sometimes, again, it can, where have we let it go? Nurturing by nature, for example, perhaps is a bit unclear, so it does allow them to be a bit more, particular, a bit more flowery with their language, but at the same time, make sure people understand what's going on there, so that's nice, I guess.
for the tribe.
Guess I should build up the remaining elements of my force before striking at them. It is suitably large. Sending in the assassin. Maybe harass their forces a bit before striking at the king. Holy good lord.
I'm not gonna hang about all day. I'll cut you. I'll teach them. Men far and wide, fear my name.
That's a lot of cavalry.
Ready for battle.
I'm going to need a lot more spearmen.
There is no
Perhaps
fire
more
in
archers before I strike at them. But then I'll show them. I'll show them good. I'll show them very good. Oh, well, that should help in a few moments. And again, next turn, priests and other bits there. Plus, thanks to the garrison there, I mean, London's going to be a bit difficult to take for them right away. Oh, never mind. Wow, that was very quick, actually. We suddenly became best buddies. Oh, hey, I see there you raided my neighbours, killed their defenders, took their town, and is now set to take another of my neighbours. Why don't we be friends? What's the name of that king? They call me Sinewolf, the knower of men. Yes, I'm very good. I'm guessing even then he's not exactly liking me, he's just, hating me less, I suppose. Be sort of the proper attitude there. Quick assassination, always makes wonders. Ah, never mind. Never mind. By the way, the Danish army should be ready to strike. Got a few extra hardened men, although rather expensive, and a bunch of less than hardened men, but on the other hand, cheap and plentiful, which is one of the way we likes it. So, but we won't be seeing that right away. I think this will be the end of the first episode here. This is where we end it, right before we charge at Canterbury, storm the walls, cut down the defenders, kill them all. Well, not all of them. Obviously, we need someone to serve under us, but, you know, we give the rest of them a good beating to show them who's boss. At the same time, I begin sort of building up here the Hells of Ragnarok, and perhaps develop Denmark, the mainland, a bit further, once I get more money from raiding and building, of course, up a new empire there. And I might actually begin setting out there for some raiding operations with my fancy little navy. Strike at perhaps some of the other elements here, or perhaps the Irish, actually. The Irish. The other easy pickings. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this first episode, this first foray into Total War Age of Charlemagne. If you did, you know, feel free to subscribe, like the video, all that jazz. And of course, feel free to ask questions, comments, and so on if there's details to know. Otherwise, of course, there will be a review video up, sort of further going into detail about my thoughts of Age of Charlemagne coming up here during the weekend. But again, I hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you do. And of course, if this ends up popping off, there might be further sort of campaign series with Total War down the road. So thank you all, and see you another time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm probably going to try and aim to have these up every second day, or at least sort of 3 every week. That might be sort of better. So again, that should also sort of give an idea of sort of the commitment I'm going to try and throw behind this. So thank you all, and see you in a few days. Cheers.